Welcome back, everybody. Fox News Alert now. If you're just waking up this morning, major developments out of Guantanamo Bay. Confessed 9/11 mastermind Khalid Sheikh Mohammed heading to New York City, possibly within weeks for a civilian trial. Set to be among 5 detainees heading here for a civilian trial court. That's in federal court. New York Congressman Peter King joins me on the phone now, Republican and ranking member of the House Homeland Security Committee. Sir, are you out there? Good morning to you.
Yes, Bill. How are you, Bill?
Good. I want to know about specifics in Lower Manhattan in a moment for how you keep this guy away from either the general prison population or where you keep him to make sure the trial can be conducted. But first, your reaction to this decision from the White House.
Bill, I am absolutely outraged by it. There's absolutely no purpose to be gained by this. It's going to put Americans at risk, and probably most importantly, it's going to be giving constitutional right to war criminals who are not entitled to them. This is it's a tremendous moral defeat to the United States. It's caving into political correctness, and it runs the real risk of these murderers not even being convicted, because once they're in a civilian court in the United States, they're entitled to all the constitutional protections that an American citizen would have, and that includes rights against self-incrimination. We're talking about chain of evidence. This is not an NYPD case. These are people who are captured on the battlefield. These are people who have been held for many years because they are terrorists, and it just creates unnecessary risk, unnecessary problems for no reason, I believe, other than caving into political correctness and the left-wing base of the president.
I asked Deborah Burlingame this: should we not have more faith in our legal justice system, or is this case that exceptional, sir?
First, let me say my heart goes out to Deborah Burlingame. She's a wonderful friend.
Indeed, she is an outstanding woman. You're
now,
right.
On this, no, listen. Our system, we have different levels in our system. We have military tribunals for war criminals. A civilian court is for a civilian. It's for a person who is entitled to constitutional rights. And it is not geared for this type of case, just by the nature of it. It's not geared to it. And also, as Deborah said, it's going to be used as a forum for Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. It's going to go on, I believe, for years. There's going to be motion after motion being made. And then there's the whole issue of security. In Lower Manhattan, this is in walking distance of Ground Zero, of police headquarters, City Hall, the Stock Exchange. The entire New York City court system is down there. And we are already the #1 terrorist target in the world. To now have Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and 4 other murderers to be sitting probably in the Metropolitan Correctional Center. I assume that's where they're going to keep them.
Which is right down in Lower East Manhattan, right by the Brooklyn Bridge. There are already terrorists being held there. So far, so good for them. Can we handle it? How will they be stored? How do you conduct a trial that may last as long as 2 years, sir?
The NYPD can do whatever it has to do. The U.S. Marshal System can. Having said that, that does not mean that there may not be attacks, there may not be incidents down there, and it also means we're talking about extreme amount of cost and manpower and personnel, all to provide a civilian trial for a mass murderer who is a terrorist who is not entitled to any of these constitutional rights. This, I think, will go down as one of the worst decisions any president has ever made.
Peter King on the telephone there from New York. Peter, thank you for that. A couple of things on this. It's also our understanding